So, tapos na tayo sa artificial intelligence. Now, let's go into what we call cloud computing or cloud. Okay, I know guys, naririnig niyo na to ever since tong cloud na to. But any idea what a cloud is? So, chat box tayo guys. Alam ko nakaka-freshen up na kayo. Water break, restroom break. So, what do you think? So, let me know. What do you think what a cloud is? Anyone? Any idea? Saan ginagamit ang cloud? What's cloud? Saan siya ginagamit? Any idea about this one? Anyone? File storage. Ayan, parehas kami Miss Janie. Yan din ang alam ko nun. Na cloud storage yung cloud. Anything else? Ano pa guys? What do you think what a cloud is? Okay. So, makita nyo to actually pag naka-iPhone kayo nun. May cloud dun. Cloud storage para kung konti man yung storage ng phone nyo, no, you put it in the cloud, babayaran mo lang siya, and then, yeah, that's it. So, meron ka ng extended storage for your files. Okay. So, let's dig in and further understand what cloud really is. But yeah, Miss Janie, later on, let's tackle this one, yung file storage na minention mo. That's all. Also, that's correct, actually. But yeah, let's move into the definition of what a cloud is. So, cloud, it's a method of essentially outsourcing the IT function. Okay? It is a way to increase your IT capacity or add capacity without having to invest in new infrastructure or license new software. Okay, so let's focus on the first sentence. It's outsourcing your IT function. So what are the functionalities of your IT? Number one, yes, storage, diba? You have your storage where you store all your data and your informations. You have your servers, okay, you have your network, you have your infrastructures, you have your data centers, okay, lahat yun guys are IT functions. Okay, so malawak po si cloud. Aside from our perception, which is actually, tama nga rin naman, usually, ang na-access lang natin as, you know, normal persons are the cloud storage. But for big companies, for big organizations, there are other cloud services that they can avail. Okay? So, ina-outsource mo yung IT function mo. So, imbes na bumili ka ng data center, imbes na bumili ka ng mga infrastructures mo, imbes na bumili ka ng mga computers, yung mga high class of computers, okay, wag na lang. Okay? Mag-cloud na lang tayo. Yun yung bagong trend ngayon. Okay? So, it's a way to increase, okay, or it's even a way to remove your IT functions within your organization. Kasi, nakarely ka na lang kay cloud. Okay? So, according to NIST, or the National Institute of Standards and Technology of the U.S. Department of Commerce, cloud computing is a model for enabling ubiquitous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. So, networks, servers, storage, application services that can be rapidly provisioned, released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. So, based sa definition guys, there is a minimal, saan na yun? Okay. There is minimal effort from the management. And if you are getting a service of a cloud, you are getting a service provider interaction. Okay, let's discuss this one. Ano po ba yung service provider interaction? So your cloud, no, it is offered in the market, guys. And cloud are provided, no, by what we call service providers. Okay, service providers. Pangit, service providers. Alam niyo na yan. Okay, so cloud, ang nag-offer nito is what we call our service providers. I will give you a good example of this one. So, a good example is that if gusto ninyo na may nagmo-monitor ng security ninyo, so it's an application. So, ayaw nyo na yung mga tao nyo yung magmo-monitor ng security ng system. So, kukuha tayo ng service provider or a third party or a vendor from the market wherein they can provide you that service. That's an example of cloud computing. Kasi that functionality to secure your system is a function of the IT. Okay? Any IT functions na kinukuha natin or ina-outsource natin sa labas, lalabas siya as cloud computing. Say for example, ayaw na nating bumili ng data storage. Okay? Just like what Miss Janie said. So, ayaw na nating bumili. Ayaw na nating i-maintain. No? That's why we are just availing storage services from service providers or from the market. Ganun po yung cloud computing. Okay? Again, anything that's related to IT function, it's cloud. Okay? Usually, right now, no, yung mga database, nag-move na lahat sila sa cloud. Yung mga storage, kasi mas mura siya. A typical example, yung sa Apple, pag bibili ka ng 1 terabyte, mas mahal siya. Rather than you paying, I don't know, kung magkano, $2 ata, yung 256 gig na gigabytes from cloud na storage, mas mura siya. Pwede mo pa siyang i-share within your family. So, ganun yung concept ng cloud. Okay? Any IT functions na ina-outsource mo, ayaw mo na yung mga tao mo yung mamproblema. Ibang tao na yung mamomblema. So, that's what we call, we have your so-called, your service provider interaction. So, when you avail a cloud, you have minimal management effort, okay, and you have more service provider interaction. Okay? Yun po yung cloud computing. Okay? And cloud computing, we have 3 types of services that they offer. Okay? The first one is what you call your software as a service or your SaaS. Okay? Your software as a service or your SaaS. So, ayokong basahin yung definition dito kasi masyado siyang madugo. I will just give you an example of what a SaaS is. Guys, what are you using in your companies as a form of communication? Are you still using Skype or Teams? Or Symphony? Ano yung ginagamit po ninyo? Do you communicate with other people? Yung parang chat box po ninyo sa office. Okay. Miss Janie said Teams. How about the rest? Okay. Tulog na ata yung iba. Anyway, thank you Miss Janie for that. So yung Teams, guys, it's an application. It is managed by a third party or the service provider. Okay? So, yung company ninyo, no, ina-avail lang niya yung paggamit ng Teams. but your company is not responsible in managing the application. So pag may pumalya sa application, hindi kayo yung ang tawag dito, magre-resolve ng issue. It's the teams, it's Microsoft, kasi sa kanila yon. Okay? So when we talk about SaaS or software as a service, nakikigamit lang tayo ng application. Okay? Usually, these applications are through internet. Okay? Another good example are Outlook. Outlook is also an example of a cloud computing SaaS. Kasi guys, di ba, pag may problema yan, itatawag mo yan kay Teams. Uy, Teams, may problema yung application nyo, ayusin nyo. Okay? But, yung configuration ng Teams as a whole, as an application, hindi responsibility ng organization yun. So, para si Facebook, ginagamit mo lang siya. Pero wala kang capability, no? Wala kang capability to really do something about the program. Hindi mo siya mamomodify na parang gusto mo gawin yung Facebook na ganito, parang i-improve yung functionality niya. Hindi mo yun kaya. Kasi nakikigamit ka lang talaga. Ginagamit mo lang yung application. So, therefore, pag software as a service, if ito yung ina-avail ng mga organizations, they are just merely using the application. They don't have any capability to, do configurations or set up yung applications or whatnot. Okay? So, last part of the definition is a limited user-specific application configuration setting. That's an example of a software as a service or your SaaS. Okay? Nakikigamit lang tayo. Usually, we even need to connect to the internet, no? Para makakonect tayo dun sa application na yon. Okay? That's your SaaS. The second one is your PaaS or your platform as a service. Okay? So, eto guys, remember yung ating SDLC, yung ating System Development Lifecycle. Okay? So, dun sa SDLC, diba, kailangan nating mag-develop ng mga changes. Kailangan nating mag-develop ng mga systems or kailangan natin mag-develop ng mga applications. Okay? When we say platform, ang binibili natin dito is kung saan natin pwedeng gawin yung development. Okay? It's a place wherein we do the development, we do the testing. Okay? Yun yung hinihiram natin. Yun yung binabayaran natin. Okay? So, dito, merong network, merong servers, operating system, storage. Wala tayong control doon. Okay? Kasi parang nagluto tayo ng pagkain, atin yung ingredients, pero nakigamit tayo ng lutuan. Ganon yung platform as a service, kaya nga siya platform eh. This is where we develop our applications, this is where we develop our systems. Okay? So, that's what you call platform. And last but not the least is your infrastructure as a service. Okay? Yung infrastructure as a service, sa'yo yung lahat ng application na ginawa mo, okay? Lahat ng system mo, so yung infrastructure, kung saan mo niraran yung system mo. O mas malaki na siya, guys. So, where your system is running, no, lahat ng data nandun sa'yo. Pero nakikibahay ka lang. Okay? Imbes kasi na bumili ka ng mga infrastructure mo, yung mga data centers, mga ganon, hindi ka na nabibili. Yung mga computers or whatnot, yun yung ginagamit mo. Pero yung program, yung applications, yung data, lahat yun sa'yo. Kontrolado mo. Pero nakikibahay ka lang. Okay? So, balikan natin. SaaS, no? Yung SaaS, guys, parang sa restaurant yan. Nakikain ka lang. Okay? Sila nagluto, sila nag-prepare, pina-prepare na pagkain. Okay? Sa platform, para siyang stage. Sa'yo yung ingredients, sa'yo yung process, pero wala kang lutuan. Kaya ang hiniram mo, ang inavail mo sa kanilang IT function is kung saan mo gagawin yung lulutuin mo. That's your platform. Your infrastructure, sa'yo lahat. Ingredients, lutuan, whatever, pero wala kang bahay. Okay? Wala kang bahay kung saan mo gagawin lahat ng process mo. That's your infrastructure as a service. Okay? Those are the examples. Those are the services that cloud offers. Software. Kita nyo guys ha, lumalaki yung responsibility mo. As point of view tayo ng organizations na nag-a-avail ng cloud. Balik tayo sa SaaS. Sa SaaS, wala kang control sa application. Ginagamit mo lang talaga. Sa platform, ikaw yung nagra-run. Okay? Ikaw yung nagra-run, ikaw yung gumagawa. Sa infrastructure, okay? Ikaw lahat, nakibahay ka lang. Okay? You have more responsibilities in an infrastructure as a service compared to your software as a service. Okay? So, those three are the services that we can get from cloud. So, what are the benefits of your cloud? Ang kagandahan dito guys, it's like prepaid. No? Users pay only for what they use. For example, yung sa Apple, yung storage mo, ang binabayaran mo lang doon, yung gagamitin mong storage. Diba? Lower investment is needed. Yes. Specifically for IaaS, specifically for software as a service. Kasi wala kang i-maintain, wala kang bibili ng mga computers, mga data servers, and whatnot. So, lower investment lang talaga siya. Automatic updates. Okay? Ito yung kagandahan ng cloud. Because this automatic updates here, guys, it's the responsibility of the service providers. Okay? Sila yung bahala dyan sa automatic updates. Look at Apple. Okay? Ang daming updates ni Apple. It's the responsibility of Apple. Hindi mo yung responsibility na user. Okay? Cloud technology can be used to free up accountants so they can handle higher value activities and streamline lower value processes. Okay? Cloud can enable the CFO to move into a strategic role, meaning the Chief Financial Officer. So instead na mag-invest tayo sa napakadaming computers or mga data centers, mag-cloud na lang. Yung masasave natin, i-invest na lang natin sa iba. Okay? Cloud can provide greater redundancy of systems that an on-site department may be able to offer. So instead na mag-hire tayo ng IT department, mag-cloud na lang. Okay? And then can provide stronger infrastructure and better protection than on-site IT department. Guys, these service providers are big companies. An example is Google, Microsoft, Azure. So malalaking companies yung mga yon. So our expectations is yung kind of security na pinoprovide nila sa kanilang mga data, sa kanilang mga data servers, sa kanilang mga operations, high level. Okay? Compared to pag sa company natin. Of course, pag gusto natin ng high-level type of security, it entails cost. Diba? But for them, since this is their business, they really invest on security. What are the limitations of your cloud? So, again, reliability to the internet. Diba? Kasi nakikigamit ka, guys. Wala ka doon sa premise nila. Wala ka doon sa office. Wala ka doon kung saan yung storage. But you are connecting with the resources through internet. Okay? Again, kahit na these are provided by service provider, the quality of service give to them must it's still our responsibility to monitor them. Hindi porket malaking company sa Microsoft, parang perfect na yan. No. It is our data, it is our processes running in their infrastructure. It's still our responsibility to monitor them. Okay? Number 3, pag nagkaroon ng problema, when it comes to security, that's a limitation of cloud as well. Okay? Contracting with overseas providers may lead to language barrier problems and time zone problems. So when I was working in Coca-Cola, we tried to build a cloud service with someone from the US. Imagine guys, baliktad yung oras ng US and Philippines. So pagka nagkaroon kami ng problema, who will come and rescue and resolve the issue? That's the number one questions that we have with them before. Ang sabi nila, they have sister companies or meron silang mga offices in Asia, in Singapore, wherein pag nagkaroon ng problema sa Pilipinas, they can just fly to the Philippines and resolve the issue. Diba? Singapore is just like around 3 to 4 hours. No? Compare sa US, pag galing pa sa US yung magre-resolve ng issue, it will take time. Again, number 5, this is a limitation of cloud, but I think it's very important that they limit yung pag-customize ng mga service that they provide. Okay? Para lang tong yung developer, guys. They need to limit yung pag-customize ng cloud services or cloud solutions because their number one priority is security. Pag nako-customize mo kasi yung isang bagay, no? Sometimes nako-compromise yung security. That's why cloud service providers limit the ability of their customers to customize whatever service that they provide. Okay? And then, number 8, i-highlight ko lang number 8, expected cost savings may not materialize. Lalong-lalo na if it's not planned well. So, sometimes, nagbabayad ka ng storage, hindi mo naman nagagamit lahat. Something like that. So, we need to be very, very strategical when we are using cloud. Okay? So, that itong on-premise dito, meaning guys, yung on-premise dito, meaning walang cloud. So, lahat ng blue dito, it's all the responsibility of the organization. So, ikaw nagmamanage ng application, ng data, ng runtime, and whatnot. Okay? Punta ka tayo sa SaaS. Si SaaS wala kang minamanage. No? Kasi gumagamit ka lang. Sa PaaS, di ba? Niraran mo yung application or system. Sa'yo yung application and your data. These are your ingredients. In infrastructure as a service, sa'yo yung operating system, sa'yo yung application, data, middleware, sa'yo lahat. Nakikigamit ka lang ng mga infrastructure. So that's your infrastructure as a service. Okay. Any questions so far? Natutulong na ba kayo guys? Pa-thumbs up naman guys if nandyan pa kayo. Tulong na ata kayo guys. Any questions so far for cloud? Before we move into our blockchain. Thank you, Miss Jamie. How about the rest? Guys, nandyan ba kayo or are you having issues with our chat box? Let me know. Okay. Now, let's move on to your blockchain. Okay, I know yung mga previous students ko from Abu Dhabi, they're very interested dito kasi most of them are investing in blockchain, in crypto. And crypto it's the best example that we have for blockchain. Okay? So, before we proceed to discussing what a cryptocurrency is, let's discuss what a blockchain is. So, it's an innovative technology that has the potential to change accounting. take note nyo to guys. Babalikan natin to mamaya. It has the potential to change accounting. Okay? So, it's a digital database, no? Or a ledger that provides proof of who owns what at any moment in time because its transactions have been added to the ledger. Okay? Okay. So, dito guys, if you can see here, no, meron tayong, ito yung example ng blockchain natin. So, you can see here, the picture here. This is a good picture to describe how we can explain its definition. So, yung blockchain, it's contained of several chains. No? It is contained of a several chain or what we call block. Chain or block, parehas lang sila. So what are those blocks and chains for? So those blocks is an information of what are the transactions that have been made using that, for example, crypto. Okay? So for example, lahat ng pinaggamitan mo ng transaction ng yung cryptocurrency na yan, all of them are supported by a block or a chain. With a block. No? So, mahaba yung, depende, kung nagpalit ng owner, bumili ka ng ganito, in exchange mo yung cryptocurrency mo, all of those are supported by a block. Okay? So, dyan pumapasok yung a good example of a blockchain, which is your cryptocurrency, which is a digital asset designed to be a medium of exchange. Okay? So, yun yan. Pumapasok na ngayon si Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a type of a cryptocurrency. Now, yung block, it's a current part of the blockchain. It records some or all of the recent transactions and becomes a permanent database in a blockchain. Now, let's go back to our initial definition of a blockchain. It says it has the potential to change accounting. Remember guys, yung usual accounting natin na debit-credit, all of our transactions are recorded, diba, sa ating journal entries. And then, pinapasok natin sa ledger. The reason why we're saying blockchain is gonna change accounting kasi all of those transactions are usual debit and credit journal entry transactions. Pinapasok niya sa block. It becomes a permanent database in the blockchain. Okay? It stores information about the transaction, about who is participating in the transaction. And those blocks distinguishes them from other blocks. So, that's how Bitcoin works. I mean, blockchain works. Ayan, this is very helpful. Here, we have a blockchain flow. So, say for example, you have a Bitcoin. You use that Bitcoin in a transaction. A transaction is requested and it's authenticated before it can proceed. No? To authenticate that transaction, no, all of those informations are created within a block. No? Yung block na yan, it's sent to every node. Meaning, all of the participant in the network. Because guys, you are trying to validate the transaction if it's valid. You are trying to do an authentication of the Bitcoin. Okay? Kaya nagkakaroon ng nodes for validation. Once it's validated, doon na na-create yung block. Okay? Once na-create na yung block, it will be added to the blockchain. Okay? The update is distributed across the network. So, it's like a notification na, uy, we have validated these transactions, we have created a block, and this block is created and added to the blockchain. So, there is a communication to that. And then, that's when the transaction is complete. You see here, guys, the reason why blockchain is what we're saying, it has the potential to change accounting is that on the process on how it documents all of the transactions, the process how it validates all of the transactions, it's superb, no? And take note, guys, ha, every time na nagkakaroon ng change dun sa blockchain, no, every time nagkakaroon ng addition, everyone in the network is updated. Now, my question is, kaya mo bang baguhin or kaya mo bang i-edit yung information dun sa block? Okay? Na pwede ba siyang parang mali yung ilagay mong information, parang baguhin mo siya, something like that. The answer is yes, it's possible. But it's very, very hard to do so. Why? Tingnan nyo na lang yung process, guys, kung paano na-add yung block na yan. If you are gonna modify or edit a block, you need to send again validations to all the nodes. You need again to communicate it to all in the network. Ganon siya ka-tedious, ganon siya katrabaho. Pag babaguhin mo yung isang block, guys, remember, you are validating the transaction. So, kailangan mong baguhin the entire nodes that is validating the transaction. Kasi, pag mali yung nilagay mong data or detail dun sa block, the nodes will not validate it unless you update the nodes as well. So, matrabaho siya. So, the answer is yes, it can be modified but very, very hard to do so. Okay? Yan po yung kagandahan ng blockchain. Any question? Sino dito, guys, yung may Bitcoin? Parang nagdugi kayo lately. Sino dito yung may Bitcoin? Pa-thumbs up naman. Nag-invest ba kayo sa Bitcoin? Yung previous class ko, parang dami nilang not yet. Not yet sinitching. How about the rest? Yung previous class ko, parang ang sad nila kasi parang bumagsak daw ata yung value ng mga Bitcoin nila. So, hindi sila nakabawi. I don't know what happened, but yeah. So, that's your blockchain. That's your crypto. I'm planning. Actually, ini-invite din akong mag-invite ng mga class ko din from Abu Dhabi. Sabi nila maganda daw. Pero lately, parang bumaba ata yung value. So, yeah, just be very careful and do some research before investing in a Bitcoin. But anyway, that's the process on how Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrency work. Again, how we utilize technology, in doing transactions. And this is very nice when it comes to your ledgers, na hindi mo siya agad-agad lang maiiba. So, naiiwasan natin yung fraud dito. Now, we also have what we call your smart contracts. So, smart contracts, this is example of a computerized transaction protocols that execute the terms of a contract. So, guys, in the Philippines, remember, meron tayong mga insurance, di ba? Yung insurance mo, for example, nabangga yung sasakyan. So, the process is, pag nabangga yung sasakyan and you're insured, babayaran ka ng insurance. But, madaming process. Kailangan mo magpasa ng police report, kailangan mo makipag-usap sa mga agent, you need to identify magkano yung nasira, kailangan nilang magkaroon ng, anong tawag natin dito? Kailangan magkaroon ng, anong tawag ulit doon? Parang validation kung magkano yung ibabayad sa'yo ng insurance. It's a very tedious job. It takes years, I tell you guys, sa Pilipinas. Okay? But, in some countries which are utilizing smart contracts, high-end na yung pag-execute nila ng mga contracts. Say, for example, nabangga ka, picturean mo lang, isend mo na, the next day, pumasok na sa account mo yung babayaran sa'yo ng insurance. That's an example of your smart contract. Okay? Again, your smart contracts are also documented in a blockchain. So, ang kagandahan dito, if once the contract or conditions of the contract is executed, you just need to, update or provide informations, and then i-connect mo lang yung mga account mo, and then later on, nandoon na siya. So, ganun yung example ng smart contract. Okay. So, we have this, what we call business intelligence. Okay? So, guys, business intelligence is a combination of architectures, analytical and other tools, databases, applications, and methodologies that enables interactive access, sometimes in real time, to data such as sales revenue, cost, income, and product data. So, ano po ba yung business intelligence na sinasabi natin? So, for you to better understand this one, alam niyo yung mga police guys, or yung mga NBI, di ba meron silang mga intelligence na parang kung kanino sila kumukuha ng information, no, yung mga asset nila, something like that, they get information from those people. Ganon yung concept ng business intelligence. In a company or our organization, no, meron silang tinatawag na business intelligence, meaning they have informations, they have data inside their organizations that they only need to utilize. Okay, kailangan lang nilang i-process, kailangan lang nilang understand, i-analyze for them to get an information from it. Okay, so tignan natin dito how business intelligence process involves the transformation of a data. For example, one data of how many of your customers prepared your product A. Okay, so meron ka na ng data. And then the information that you get from that is, okay, our employees preferred, our customers, the market prefer this particular product. So now you get that information, no? After that information, you have a knowledge or a practical understanding of something. Kaya pala mababa yung sale ko ng product 2. Kasi customers prepare your product 1. Okay, now you have a knowledge. Now, bakit kaya bumababa yung sales ko? So you have a deeper and clear understanding of a complex situation. You now have an insight of what is happening within your organization. And from that insight, dahil mababa yung sales ko for product 2 and our customers prefer our product 1, no? I will produce more product 1 than product 2. Now, that's your strategic decision. And now, you will implement whatever decisions you have chosen. So, you see guys, how we transform data into actions. That's what business intelligence is. Okay? You properly use whatever informations that you have for you to identify, for you to have the best action so that you will increase your profit and have a better operation. So that's your business analytics. Business intelligence. Okay. Now we also have what we call our big data. Big data meaning, ano ba yun, yung mga, right now, all of the organizations have in their premise, no, big data. And we categorize big data as structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. Structured data, this is usually your relational database. Naka-format na po siya. Unstructured data, meaning halo-halo. Meron kang audio, video, message, JPEG, structures, so halo-halo siya. It has no defined format or structure. It is typically free-form and gets heavy, kaya mas mabigat yung unstructured data compared to structured data. And now we also have your semi-structured. It still have no defined format or structure, but only that sometimes segregate lang yung semi-structured. But yeah, these are the types of your big data. Now, you have 6 B's of your big data, or these are the characteristics of your data. The first one is volume, the amount of data from your sources. Kung gaano karami yung data na meron ka. The variety is what are the different types na meron ka ng data? Is it a structured, semi-structured, or your unstructured? Velocity naman, when we talk about velocity, it's about speed. The speed at which big data is generated. Gaano kabilis mo nakukuha yung data from your system. Veracity, okay? Veracity is how you trust your data. Meaning, is it reliable? Okay? Is your data reliable? That's what we call your veracity. The value is the business value of the data collected. Like, in business intelligence, kung meron ka ba ng data na to, how will it impact your organization? Will it improve your operations or something like that? Yun yung value. And then you have your variability in ways in which big data can be used and formatted. Meaning, it's flexible. Pwede mo siyang i-process, pwede mo siyang i-format, pwede mo siyang gamitin in so many ways. That's your variability or your flexibility of your data. So, meron tayong tinatawag, guys, na data analytics. Your data analytics is the science of analyzing your raw data in order to make a conclusion about that information. So, from a single data, ipraprocess mo siya for you to gain an understanding, for you to have an information. Okay? Usually, marami tayong processes na ginagawa sa data for us to come up with something that will be very useful for us to use in our decision-making purposes. So, there are different types of your data analytics. The first one is your descriptive. This type of a data analytics, it's just describing the status quo. What's happening right now? For example, you have a revenue of 1.2 million. So, you just have a knowledge na ito yung revenue natin. Now, you have your prescriptive. Para siyang doktor. It prescribe this type of data gives you information what you should do. Okay? It gives you instruction on what you can do for you to obtain a particular goal at the end of the day. Say, for example, it's prescribing you to increase your Facebook ads by 5% and you decrease your Google by 3% for you to yield a 4% increase in conversion. So, parang sinabi sa'yo ng doktor na, okay, mag-take ka ng Bioflu para hindi sumakit yung ulo mo. Or mag-take ka ng vitamin C para lumakas yung immune system mo. Something like that. You are prescribing. You are giving instruction. This type of data is giving you instruction so that you will have an end result. Okay? Now you have your diagnostic. Your diagnostic, it diagnoses why did it happen. Okay? This type of data tells you why did it happen. The Net Promoter Score increases to 45%. That's why customers are happy. You diagnose what's happening. You diagnose like what's the reason behind kung bakit to nangyari. Okay? So, pwede sabihin sa'yo ng doktor, you had too much caffeine, that's why nagkakaroon ka ng heartburn. Okay, you're not sleeping 8 hours a day, that's why anemic ka. You diagnosed. And then predictive. This type of data analytics tells you what will happen in the future if ito yung data. Say for example, kung hindi mo i-maintain yung weight mo, you will be obese after 5 years. Something like that. If we will not increase our employees' trainings, our employees will not be as skilled as they are after 10 years or so. Or mag-aalisan yung mga empleyado mo. So you predict what will happen in the future using the data that you have. Okay? So these are the different types of your data analytics. Now, meron tayong tinatawag guys na data science. Okay? Ang dami namang data nito. Okay, malapit na guys. Malapit na tayong matapos. So your data science is a centered, hold on one sec. Okay, your data science is actually the use of a lot of techniques to analyze and interpret data. Okay? So when we talk about data science, it's about minemekaniko natin yung data na meron tayo using different techniques or different tools, no? For us to interpret or get an understanding from that data. Okay, so we use scientific thinking, we use statistical methods, we use computer engineering, we use innovative technologies. Okay, so data scientists create and leverage algorithms, statistical models, and their own custom analysis to collect and shape the raw data into something that can be more easily understood. Okay? Now, we also have what we call your data mining. Your data mining, the difference of this from your data science is that data mining focuses specifically on extracting insight from data using statistical and machine learning algorithms. So, data science is all about what are the processes that you do in your data for you to get an information from it. But for data mining, it's about extracting informations in the data. So parang kaya nga mining guys, kasi parang yung gold, di ba? You get it somewhere, nag-extract ka ng gold. So ganun din dito sa data mining. You are extracting. It focuses on you getting more informations, no? More informations in your data. Data science, it's about the process. Data mining, it's about you capturing more informations on your data. Ito, hindi ko na ito i-discuss. Kayo nang bahala dito. The steps in your data mining. Okay? And last but not the least, this is our last slides. You have your data visualizations. When we talk about data, pag nagpre-present tayo sa mga CEO, CFO, no, we don't present them like a very specific types of data. Usually, gumagamit tayo ng mga graphs, pie graph, bar graph, line graph, just to give them the high-level results of our data analytics. Okay, we have different types of data visualization. So, I know you are familiar on those. So, yeah, that's the end of our discussion. Now, any questions so far while I'll open up yung ating mga MCQs? Any questions so far? Okay, let me just share with you my screen. Guys, I would really appreciate if you can participate in answering, no? This is how we practice. This is how we practice our critical kind of thinking, no? When it comes to answering MCQs. Okay? So, chat box tayo guys, ha? Again, this is a safe environment. No judgment tayo dito. Just try your best to answer. Okay? So, let's proceed with the information system. Okay. Let's try like 10 questions in each section. So, okay. Again, chat box tayo guys. Okay? So, number 1 question. Barcodes, RFID tags, and GPS are technologies that are used most predominantly in which transaction cycle? This is on our discussion on the transaction cycle, guys. Remember, in all of your transaction cycles, meron tayong input, output, and how accounting information system is used in that transaction cycle. But here, it's asking what particular transaction cycle these technologies are being used. Is it A, your financing cycle, B, your purchasing and expenditure cycle, letter C, your revenue to cash, or letter D, your production cycle? Chat box tayo guys. Again, I'm really hoping you'll participate in this MCQ para mabilis tayo. And we can cover all 4 sections. Okay, I see Sir Dan and Michael answered letter D. Miss Janie also answered letter D. So, let's see if you guys are correct. And so we have, you guys are correct. Ayan, Sir Drin humabol, letter C. So, revenue to cash cycle. So, usually guys, it's on the production cycle. Dito pumapasok yun kung yung mga barcodes, kung ilan na yung na-produce, yung mga GPS, kung nasaan na sa production yung ating mga products. So, these technologies are primarily used in our production cycle. So, it's letter D. Again, hindi siya sa financing, because remember, sa financing, it's about investing. It's not in the purchasing and revenue because this is about you selling and you having expenditures. Okay, so that's your number 1. Number 2, thank you guys for your answer. Appreciate it. Number 2, again, in transaction cycle. Which of the following is not an input? Guys, not an input in the financing cycle. Yun lang yung kailangan yung information dito. Not an input in a financing cycle. Is it A, cash budgets, B, paper checks, C, bank statements, and D, interest rates forecast? Hindi input. Okay? Okay, I see here, Sir Michael answered letter D, and Miss Janie answered letter C. Let's see. Hintayin natin yung iba. Sir Drin also answered letter D, so it's D and C. Not an input. Okay? So, cash budget, Kailangan natin yan in our financing cycle. Paper checks. Cheque, guys. Cheque. Letter C, bank statements. D, interest rate forecast. We need this one. Interest rate forecast. So the correct answer is cash budget. It's an output. Kasi meron tayo yung budget at the end of the day. It's an output, not an input. Guys, remember, yung output and input natin. Yung output natin, usually these are the reports. Okay, these are the reports. Cash budgets is a report. It's a type of a report. Na at the end of the day, the financing cycle is providing this cash budget. So take note, cash budget is an output, not an input. Okay? Very tricky, right? So babantayan natin yan, guys. Okay. Which of the following best describes your enterprise performance management software, or what we call your corporate performance management software? Guys, nasa term itself. Performance management. This is very easy. It's letter A. EPM monitors organizational performance. Letter B. Software operates independently of other accounting system. Letter C. EPM improves operational efficiency. Or letter D. Makes recommendation using artificial intelligence. Okay, I see Miss Janie answered letter A. Okay, how about the rest? Best describes, di ba guys, wala tayo discuss na enterprise performance management, but we call this one corporate performance management or company performance management. It's the same thing. Okay, I see Sir Michael answered letter C, Sir Jean answered letter A. Okay, when we do performance management, it's actually letter A. We need to monitor it and manage the performance of an organization, enriching out its performance goal. So, letter C, improves operational efficiency. It's not really the goal of your performance management, no? Because it's just a component, no, of your performance management, but overall you are monitoring your organizational performance. Very tricky, di ba? Because it seems A is correct, C is correct, but guys, take note what really describes best. Okay, usually yung scoring sa CMA, for example, C yung sagot mo, you still have points on this one. Pero guys, mas mataas yung points mo sa letter A. Okay, so just be very careful with that. C is also one of the benefits or one of the components of EPM. But really, at the end of the day, yung pinaka-general niya, it monitors the performance as a whole. Okay, so number 3, it's letter A. Okay. Okay, guys, number 4. A database table requires a primary key. Remember our discussion of what a primary key is? It's the most unique key in our database. Which of the following is an example of a primary key? Letter A, a vendor number in a closed purchase order transaction file. Letter B, all of the given answers. Letter C, the vendor number in an accounts payable master file. Or letter D, the vendor number in an open purchase order master file. This is very tricky Be very careful. Again, I repeat, your primary key is your most unique key in your database table. The first thing that you need to do is understand where here is an example of a database table. You need to understand which here an example of a database table. And from that, you can identify or get or have a better view of the primary key. Okay. Miss Janie answered letter D. Sir Drin answered letter D as well. Sir Michael answered letter B, all of the given answers. Okay, let's see. Guys, sabi ko, hanapin natin dito yung nasaan yung database table. Let's go to number 1, to letter A. The vendor number in a closed purchase order transaction file. A closed purchase order meaning completed na yung purchase order. So yung sa purchase order mo, yung purchase order mismo ha, yung vendor file na nakalagay doon. Yun yung sinasabi niyang primary key doon. It's letter A. Letter C, the vendor number in accounts payable master file. Okay? Your accounts payable master file is a list of all your accounts payable, no? And then, all of the vendor numbers in that master file. Letter D, the vendor number in your open purchase order master file. Open purchase order, meaning hindi pa completed yung purchase order. So, open pa siya. Okay? So, letter A is incorrect. This is not a database table. Okay? This is just a transaction file. This is just a purchase order. This is not considered, I repeat, a database table. So, A and B, mali na siya. Now, let's go to C and D. Do we have an open purchase order master file? Meron ba tayong ganon? Usually, guys, wala. So, the correct answer is letter C. Okay? Paano pong wala? Usually, companies do not maintain a master file of your open purchase order. Pwede pa yung closed, pero hindi yung open. Yung mga open kasi, hindi pa sigurado yung mga yan. Purchase order pa lang. Unlike on your account payable, these are already sure transactions. That's why you have a list of all your sure transactions or accounts payable, lahat ng mga utang mo with your vendor number. So, your vendor number here in this master file is the correct answer. Okay? Be very careful, guys. Ganito po yung atake ng mga questions sa exam. Okay? It's not definition-based. No, it's all about application. Okay? Don't worry. Practice lang tayo. Okay? Eto, guys. Magtatampo ako pag di nyo ito nakuha. Which of the following is the most frequently used standard language for interacting with relational database? Guys, remember yung database management system natin, no? Remember all of those functionalities na meron siya. Ano yung ginagamit niyang language? Ano yung ginagamit niyang language to interact with the database? This is very easy. Okay, Miss Janie answered letter A. Sir Drin also answered letter A. Okay, Sir Michael also answered letter A, and that's the correct answer. So your SQL or what we also call your structured query language. Okay, it's an NSI-approved language for querying a relational database system and used by all your database management system. Good job, guys. Okay, now let's go to number 6. This is very easy. Which of the following best describes the difference? Guys, this is very easy. Data warehouse and your data mart. You have a picture of this, so you should know what the data warehouse and data mart is. Letter A. A data mart contains confidential data that would not be stored in data warehouse. A data mart always gets their data from a data warehouse. Letter C. A data mart contains only a subsection of the data in the data warehouse. Letter D. A data mart is accessible enterprise-wide, while data warehouse would only be accessed by one department. Okay, ang bilis. I see Miss Janie answered letter C. Okay, Michael answered letter D. Sir Jean answered letter C. Let's see. Letter A, we're saying that data mart is only a subsection of your data warehouse. Letter D, we're talking about access here. The data mart, everyone have access, while data warehouse, only one department have access. Okay? So, definitely letter D is incorrect. It's letter C. Ano yung mali sa letter D? Sinasabi natin dito na data mart is accessible enterprise-wide. That's incorrect. No? Kaya tayo may data mart kasi we are trying to, as much as possible, i-lessen yung individuals who have access to those information. Okay? So, it limits kung sino man yung dapat may access doon. So, the correct answer is letter C. Okay? Again, also, one tip, guys. Ako dito? Guilty ako dito. Usually, ang ginagawa natin, pag na-excite tayo, akala natin tama yung letter A, hindi na natin binabasa yung the rest of the options. Don't do that. Okay? That's a very huge mistake. I still do that up to now, to be honest. I'm also reviewing for another certificate. I do that all the time. And namamali ako, and nabibisit ako palagi. So that's why you need to be very patient with yourself, especially when you're answering, especially when you are doing the exam proper. You have enough time. As much as possible, read all of the options. Okay? Read all of the options because alam mo naman mafe-feel mo naman yun, guys, na mali yung sagot. No? That's why you just need to be very careful. Okay? Huwag tayo ma-excite. Okay? Hanggang dito na lang. Mali naman yung letter D dito. Okay, number 7. After a system upgrade, there is some concern about whether or not sales were recorded accurately with the correct quantities and dollar amounts. One of the staff accountants has received all of the cash register receipts from the sales floor and isn't sure where to look in the accounting information system to verify if the receipts match the data in the system. So, for the accountant to do an investigation, saan siya dapat tumingin? Letter A, is it through the master files? Letter B, is it through the transaction files? Or letter C, is it through your chart of accounts? Sige, tignan natin yung letter D. Letter D is your accounting information system database. So, sinasabi natin dito, guys, may mali daw. After after ng system upgrade, after nung migration, or yung we have a new system, yung mga sales daw na naka-record, parang mali. No? Parang mali. Yun yung nafe-feel ng accountant. Now, gusto ng accountant na i-verify. Saan siya titingin? Okay? Sir Michael, answer letter B. Okay, Janie and Drin also answered letter B, and that's the correct answer. Good job, guys. So, it's also very important na for you to be familiar of what these files are. Okay? Ito na naman si input-output process sa ating transaction cycle. Which of the following is not, take note, not an output of a fixed management system? I repeat, which of the following is not an output of a fixed management system? Letter A, repair and maintenance reports. Letter B, a fixed asset change form. Letter C, a depreciation register. Or letter D, a report of each asset's location. I see Miss Janie answered letter B, fixed asset change form. Sir Drin answered letter A, a repair and maintenance report. How about Sir Michael? Ano po sa inyo? Okay, letter B for Sir Michael. Okay, guys, not an output. Hindi daw output. Let's see. Letter A, it's a report. Remember, sinabi ko sa inyo, guys, no? Ano pa? Letter D is also a report. So, A and D, hindi na siya yung sagot. Let's see. The correct answer is letter B. Fixed asset change form. Because if you're gonna change the fixed asset registry, no, kailangan mong i-fill out tong form na to. So, this is an input. Good job, guys. Okay. Okay. Good job. Okay, this one, very easy. Which of the following best describes your database management system? Remember, guys, the difference of your data, your database, and your database management system. Letter A, a very large database that is used for analysis and not transactional processing. Letter B, management system that controls the disconnected master files. Letter C, program that manage a set of interrelated, centrally coordinated data files. Or letter D, conceptualized level schema that maps the relationship between all data elements. Again, remember what a database management or DBMS. I see letter C from Miss Jamie. Okay, I see letter D from Sir Michael and C from Sir Drin. Let's go to C. It's a program that it's managing a set of interrelated, centrally coordinated data files. Letter D, it conceptualized that maps. Okay, see the functions na sinasabi. The first one, it manage. Number 2, only map. So guys, the correct answer is letter C. Again, when we talked about database management system, it's about managing your database. And what is a database? A database is a set of interrelated, centrally coordinated data files. So the correct answer is letter C. Okay? Letter D, nagmamap lang kasi siya. You don't do anything. You don't manage it at all. Kaya mali yung letter D. Okay? Okay, last question here. I think you will get this MCQs with the answer key. So let's just finish 10 para ma-cover din natin yung tatlo. So we have here our data warehouse. A data warehouse can be described as what? Guys, this is very easy. This is very easy. Is it letter A? Centralized and integrated database of current and historical data about an organization. Letter B, collection of databases that are dispersed to corporate intranets, extranets, and the internet. Or letter C, database that supports a particular function in an area. Or letter D, database that is available on the internet or provided by commercial information system. I see here letter A from Miss Janie. A also from Sir Drin. And A from Sir Michael, and that's the correct answer. Okay, good job, guys. So that's for our information system. Now let's proceed to data governance. Okay, let me just share my screen again. Okay. You should be seeing my screen right now. Okay, data governance tayo. Chat box ulit, guys. Which of the following would not be appropriate? Okay, would not be appropriate to consider in a physical design. Take note, physical design of a data center. Guys, physical and logical design, take note of that. So letter A, the design of authorization tables for operating system access. Letter B, evaluation of potential risks from railroads, lines, and highways. C, use of biometrics. Letter D, inclusion of an uninterruptible power supply system and surge protection. We're talking about physical design. So what should not be appropriate to consider when we are talking about physical design of your data center? So I see here, Sir Drin answered letter A, design of the authorization tables for operating system access. How about the rest? Okay, Ms. Janie answered letter B, evaluation of potential risk from railroad lines and highways. Sir Michael also answered letter A. Guys, we're talking about physical design. The correct answer is letter A. Letter A is about your logical access. Bakit tama yung letter B? Guys, it's your data center. As much as possible, yung data center mo should be located in a very good place. Yung hindi binabagyo. Yung mga highways kasi guys, magalaw yan, di ba? For example, yung mga bridge, magalaw yan. Yung mga railroad lines, yung mga tren or subway, magalaw yung mga yun. It might affect your data center. Pwedeng masira. Okay, that's why letter B is one of the items that you also need to consider. Okay. Very easy. Which of the following, again, is a physical security control? Physical security control. This is very easy. Which of the following is a physical security control? Take note, underline, and circle physical. Is it letter A, requiring two-factor authentication for all devices? Letter B, limiting access to certain functions to specific computers on the network? C, encryption. D, proxy server. Okay, Miss Janie answered letter B. How about the rest? Sir Drin and Sir Michael also answered letter B. Let's see, and that's the correct answer. Okay, we limit our limitations to access significant physical controls by preventing unauthorized remote access or access by unauthorized employees or vendors. Good job, guys. Now let's move on to our third question. This is very easy. Which of the following best describes data governance? Is it letter A, is a process of choosing database system? Letter B, is quality control for data? Letter C, is the same as corporate governance? Or letter D, provides for reliable reporting of financial information? This is very easy. This is very easy. Pag nakita nyo ng mali, may nafe-feel nyo lang mali yung option, cross out nyo na, guys. Sir Michael answered letter A. What is a data governance? Sir Michael said it's the process for choosing database system. Remember, the difference of your data governance and your corporate governance. So, mali agad yung C. C is not correct because data governance is a subset of your corporate governance, if you remember that. So, I see letter A and B. B from Miss Janie and Sir Drin, which is a quality control for data. And that's actually correct. It's letter B. Okay? So, you are trying to control the quality of your data. That's why you have processes or procedures to ensure that you govern or have procedures in place to make sure yung quality ng data mo inside your system is good. Bakit mali yung letter A? Letter A is parang nilalahat kasi niya na it's just a process for choosing a database system, which is not. It's part of your data governance, yes, that you choose your database system. But at the end of the day, why are you choosing a good database system? Because you want to have a good quality of your data. Okay? So number 3, the correct answer is letter B. Oh guys, this is very easy. Which of the following statements most accurately describes data flows of your data life cycle? Okay, remember our data life cycle. From the moment you input it, you process it, you communicate it with the process owners until you terminate or you purge your data. So which of the following here correctly describes the data flow? Letter A, data flows through each stage of the life cycle at least once. Okay? Letter B, data flows through each stage of the life cycle in a specific order. Letter C, data flow through some stages of the life cycle multiple times. Letter D, data flows each stage of the life cycle exactly once. Remember our data life cycle. So number 1, sasabi, the data flows in each stage at least once. Okay? Letter B, sinasabi dito, it should be in a specific order. Letter C, we're saying that some stages pwedeng pabalik-balik multiple times. Or letter D, the data flows each stage of the life cycle exactly once. Once lang siya dadaan so dun sa stage na yon. Okay? I see letter B from Sir Michael. I see letter C from Miss Janie. I see letter C from Sir Trin. Okay? The correct answer, guys, is actually letter C. Because, bakit mali yung letter B? Hindi siya sometimes in a specific order. Pwede kasing in-input mo yung data, pero hindi mo na siya pre-process. Ipa-purge mo na agad siya kasi mali siya. Okay? Pwedeng ganon. Letter C is correct because, for example, nagamit mo na yung data, naka-retention na siya, nakatago na siya, nakastore na siya. Pero kailangan mo ulit siyang i-analyze. So, pwede siyang bumalik sa analysis. Okay? So, pwede siyang dumaan in some stages in a multiple times. So, that's letter C. Okay? Number 5. Appropriate elements of a policy on email usage will include all of the following except what? Ooh, this is very tricky. This is a very good question. Appropriate elements of a policy on email usage include all of the following except what? Letter A, encrypting email messages. Letter B, requiring users to change their password on a regular basis. Letter C, erasing all employees' email immediately upon employment termination. Letter D, directing that personnel do not send highly sensitive or confidential messages using email. What do you think would not be appropriate element of a policy when it comes to email? I see letter C from Miss Janie. Okay. Letter D from Sir Drin. Let's see, medyo namumblema ata ng internet connection si Sir Michael. Let's wait for him. Okay, letter D as well for Sir Michael. Let's see letter C and D. Okay, letter A, definitely, dapat nasa policy yan na encrypt yung message. Letter B as well, when it comes to changing their password on a regular basis. Now, let's see letter C. Erasing all employees immediately upon termination. Guys, ano yung isang stage dun sa data life cycle natin na sinasabi natin that we should, right, retain, no? Meron tayong retention policy. Okay? Meron tayong retention policy. And usually, employees' emails should not be removed or erased immediately because of that retention policy. So, the correct answer is letter C. But let's see, bakit mali yung letter D? Guys, that should be part of the policy kasi we are saying to the personnel that do not send highly sensitive on confidential messages using email. Lalong-lalo na pag hindi encrypted yung email. Okay, so for number 5, the correct answer is letter C. Okay. Eto. Last na question na to for data governance. Let's proceed to finance transformation kasi we don't have much time. So guys, number 6. Which of the following is considered to be the strongest password? Diniscuss ko to sa inyo, guys. What do you think is considered the strongest password based on the options below? This is very easy. Anyone? Remember, look at the values. Okay? So for this, okay, I see letter C from Miss Rin and Janie, and that's the correct answer. The reason to that is that because we have a special character. Okay, good job. Now let's go to technology and finance transformation. Let's just have 5 here. Ano ba yan? Ew. Okay, sharing my screen again. Okay, hold on one sec. So we have here our technology and technology-enabled finance. Let's see. Okay, so number 1. Again, guys, which of the following statements is true about artificial intelligence? This is very, very easy. Letter A, industrial robots use strong AI to perform their tasks. Letter B, weak AI do not require any rules or training. Letter C, robotic process automation is an example of a weak AI. Letter D, a strong AI is more common than weak AI. I discussed with you guys with regards to the weak and strong AI. I see letter C from Sir Michael. How about the rest? Okay, Miss Janie also answered letter C. And Dreen also answered letter C, and that's the correct answer. Okay, yung RPA natin is an example of your weak AI. Now let's go on to number 2. Which of the following statements is true about smart contract? Letter A, smart contract can schedule but not execute payment based on agreed conditions. Letter B, put the terms and conditions of a contract into blockchain. Letter C, is a contract digitally signed with cryptography. Or letter D, is limited to contracts for the purchase and sale of goods. This is very easy as well. I've mentioned this one a while ago. So, what is a smart contract? Okay, I see letter C from Sir Michael, that it is a contract digitally signed with cryptography. Sir Jane also answered letter C. Miss Janie answered letter B. Guys, it's letter B. Remember, sabi ko, ginagamit ng smart contract ang blockchain. Remember, your blockchain is used to what? Document the details of the transaction. Okay? So, your smart contract uses blockchain to document your terms and conditions para hindi siya nababago ng kung sino-sino lang. Okay? So, number 2 is letter B. Blockchain ulit tayo, guys. Number 3. Which of the following statements about blockchain is false? Okay, which of the following statement about blockchain is false? Letter A, a blockchain is continuously growing record secured using cryptography. Letter B, a blockchain is maintained by a peer-to-peer network of computers without any centralized server. Letter C, blocks in the chain are hard to solve but easy to verify once they are solved. Letter D, Once a block is added to the chain, it is impossible to change it. Guys, paulit-ulit ko tong sinabi kanina with regards to blockchain. What is the correct answer? Miss Janie answered letter D. Sir Drean also answered letter D. Sir Michael also answered letter D. Okay, chat box. Bakit mali yung letter D? Anyone? Bakit mali yung letter D? Guys, you can unmute your mic. It's fine. Bakit mali po yung letter D? Ano yung mali dito? It can be changed, correct. It can be changed, but only very, very difficult to do so. But it's not impossible. It's possible, but very difficult. Okay? So, number 4, which is not a benefit of smart contracts? Not a benefit of a smart contract. Letter A, smart contract can take actions automatically. Letter B, the distributed nature of blockchain prevents unauthorized modifications. Letter C, smart contracts can access data from third-party sources to trigger specific actions. Letter D, smart contracts eliminate the risk of mistakes being made executing the contract. What do you think is not a benefit of your smart contract? I see letter C from Sir Drin. Letter C, that smart contracts can access the data from third-party sources to trigger specific actions. Not benefit tayo, guys. It's not a benefit of smart contracts. Miss Janie also answered letter C. Let's see. Sir Michael answered letter D. So it's a C and D. Okay, guys. Remember, your smart contract, say for example, nabangga ka. So it will trigger, for example, the bank to provide you payment. So letter C is a benefit of smart contract. But letter D is not a benefit because the smart contract do not eliminate the risk of mistakes. For example, mali yung nailagay yung details dun sa contract. There will still be mistake. There will still be errors. Okay? So its smart contract does not really eliminate all of the risk. Okay? So the correct answer here is letter D. Guys, letter C is one of the best benefits of your smart contracts. Because hindi mo na kailangan pumunta kay bangko, hindi mo na kailangan pumunta sa different third-party sources that are the stakeholders of the contract. Kasi it will trigger everyone. Okay? So the correct answer here is letter D. Okay. Last one. RPA. Which of the following statements about RPA is true? Letter A, RPA is designed for high volume, rules-driven, repeatable tasks. Letter B, RPA software can usually take place of a person. Letter C, industrial robots are type of RPA. Letter D, RPA requires extensive programming knowledge. Letter A from both Miss Janie and Sir Michael. And letter A from Sir Drin, and that's the correct answer. Okay, good job, guys. Last one. Last 5. With regards to data analytics. Let me share my screen again. Okay. Number 1, very easy. An email falls into which category of big data? We're asking, what is the category of your big data of email? Is it A, semi-structured, B, unstructured, or C, highly structured data, or D, structured data? Sir Michael answered letter A. Email, guys, ha? Remember, there's structured, unstructured, and semi-structured data. So, walang letter C. Walang highly structured data. Oh, mali na yung letter C. Okay, letter B from Miss Janie, unstructured data. Sir Jean also answered unstructured data. Okay, guys. Structured data, an example of this one are your tables, your relational database, yung SQL tables. Those are examples of your structured data. Unstructured data, ang example mo dito yung mga email, audio, videos, JPEG. So, lahat yon examples of your unstructured data. So, the correct answer is letter B. There is no defined format. Your email does not have a defined format. Sometimes your email even contains attachments, right? So, that's an example of an unstructured data. Okay, guys. Business analysis tayo. Business intelligence, I should say. Business intelligence gives managers an analysis ability to conduct analysis for making strategic decisions. Which of the following best describes the evolution of data into action? Remember, meron tayong line up kanina, di ba? So, is it A, from data to information to knowledge to insight to strategic decision to action? Or letter B, is it data to insight to information to knowledge to strategic decision to action? Letter C, is it from data to information to insight to knowledge to strategic decision or to actions? Or letter D, is it data, information, knowledge, strategic decision, insights to action? Which is the correct flow? I see letter C from Sir Michael. I see letter A from Miss Janie and letter B from Sir Drin. Okay, this is the correct flow. It's letter A. Nauuna yung knowledge kesa sa insight. Okay? Nauuna yung knowledge kesa sa insight. So, it's from data to information to knowledge. If you have a knowledge, you have an insight why things are happening. And with that insight, you can do a strategic decision and make that strategic decision into action. So, the correct answer is letter A. Number 3. Ito, hindi ko na din-discuss to kanina. Basahin nyo na lang, guys. It's just on how data, what are the process you do on your data. So, when we are grouping them in data sets, we are doing clustering. So, number 3 is letter B. Okay. Guys, ito, gusto ko tong question na to. Oops. Okay, number 4. An organization wants to utilize business intelligence to assist in the evaluation of your key metrics. The IT manager has suggested incorporating a dashboard in its BI tool. Which of the following is the main reason why the management should implement the dashboard feature? So guys, just to give you a context on what a dashboard feature is. So once na-analyze na yung data, no, para siyang yung dashboard feature, it's either naka-bar graph or naka-pie graph na siya. So mas madali siyang intindihan. So what is the main reason that we are implementing a dashboard feature? A, it is designed to focus on metrics that have not been met. B, it can automatically generate reorders of important materials for production. Letter C, it shows patterns and trends in data across the organization. Letter D, it allows the management to have as many different charts as possible. Okay, ang bilis. Letter C. Okay? So, yes, that's the correct answer. No, it's letter C. Bakit mali yung letter D? Guys, if you are presenting it to the management, it should be of the same chart. Dapat parehas yung ginagamit ninyo to present things because it'll be easier for the management to do comparison. Okay? So, good job. Epsay. Data science. Okay? So, dinescribe natin kanina, guys, what is a data science and a data mining. So, what is the best statement that describes data science? It is letter A. The data science involves the transformation of data into action. Letter B. Data science is the use of statistical techniques to analyze large sets of data. Letter C. Data science extracts hidden knowledge and insights from data. Or letter D, data science answers the question, what needs to happen? Okay, I see Sir Michael answered letter B. I see letter A from Sir Drin. And B from Miss Janie. So the correct answer base here is actually it asks to extract hidden knowledge and insight from data. But for me, the correct answer is letter B. Because letter C, you are describing here data mining. Take note, this is data mining. Letter B is more of your data science. Again, remember the difference, okay? Data science, it describes what are the process that you are doing. The science of getting information from your data. When you are extracting hidden knowledge and insights from that data, that's what you call data mining. So the correct answer here is letter B. Last question. And guys, ang napapansin ko pala lagi, pag mahaba yung question, nakakakaba, no? But usually, guys, yung mga mahabang questions, sila yung madadali. Okay? So let's try number 6. This is the last one. Julia is making a presentation to the upper management about the benefits and limitations of data analytics and data science in an effort to convince them to set up a data science department. So gusto ni Julia ng data science department. Now, Julia covered the basic challenges of capturing data, organizing data, storing data, privacy, and such to derive useful information. After concluding her presentation, the CFO or the Chief Financial Officer have one concern. What do you think is the concern of the CFO? Letter A, is it the increased amount of structured data makes data analytics more difficult? Letter B, Data science requires a significant investment in tools, people, and training. Letter C, the company already had a data warehouse. Would it be redundant with the additional of a science department? Or letter D, data science is not yet a well-defined field and there are few data science tools available. So guys, take note. Ano sa tingin nyo yung itatanong ng CFO dito? If you are the CFO, what are you gonna ask Julia about? I see letter B from Sir Michael. B from Miss Janie. And B from Sir Drin. Okay, so it's a very common sense type of question, right? Na ikaw yung CFO, anong pakialam ko sa data, di ba? Ang pakialam niya kung magkano yung magagastos. So the correct answer is letter B. Yan, good job guys. So thank you. Those are how we should, paano natin atakihin yung questions, no? Again, read all of the questions. Read all the questions. Read all the options. At the same time, the question is just providing you an information. It's just giving you instruction kung ano yung kailangan yung hanapin. So, wag yung usually naging problema, kinakalaban natin or yung kinakalaban natin yung questions. We're making it more difficult for us. So, don't do that. Okay? So, again, thank you guys for joining me for the last 4 weeks. Practice answering, okay? Be sure to be more familiarize yourself with all of those terminologies. Again, thank you so much. If you have any questions, just feel free to email me, no? I think pinigay ko na naman yung email ko. And again, thank you and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
po.
you, everyone.